Why did you agree to be a part of this documentary?
I agreed to do this documentary because when I was presented with the idea, my initial reaction was, it's a great opportunity to educate people, and that's exactly what I want to do with my life, is to educate people on Tourette syndrome and work towards a cure. You can cut that last part out, that didn't make sense. Hi, my name is Michael Butler, and I have Tourette syndrome. Tourette syndrome is a neurobiological disorder that the individual displays vocal and motor, or involuntary motor and vocal tics. Like a motor meaning a twitch, and vocal meaning some kind of noise. What age did I find out? I was officially diagnosed when I was 18 because that was the first time I went to a doctor for it, but the symptoms have been present since I was about 7 or 8. Out mostly just motor. I would twitch all the time, and as I got later into high school, I started having the vocal tics where I would sound like I'm scratching my throat or a hiccup sound. Sometimes it's a little more high pitch, like a. Sometimes I'll twitch my legs in class, or flex my muscles, like my arms, like twitch my arms and stuff. I found that sometimes when I exercise, my Tourette symptoms are at a minimum. I mean, they're not too prominent when I exercise or do any other activities that require a lot of concentration. There's been research that suggests that Tourette syndrome, as the individual gets older, symptoms decrease and sometimes go away altogether, into their mid-20s. But I mean, I'm 21 and the symptoms are still very, very consistent, and I still have a few more years left, but I don't know. Some people are stuck with it for life. Some aren't. Just depends on the individual, I guess. Whenever people would ask me what was wrong, I would always, a few years, up until maybe a year ago, or a year and a half ago, I would always lie and say, oh, I have like a pinched nerve, or my neck hurts, or the vocal tick. I would say it's the hiccups, or I'm scratching my throat. So I was kind of embarrassed by the fact that I had it. But now I just tell them. I've really made progress in that area. I just tell them the truth, and they usually just let it be at that.
The worst reaction that you got from a person that reacted to your Tourette's?
Worst reaction from somebody, I mean, my Tourette's isn't necessarily, I guess it's not really one specific reaction that's the worst case I could think of, but usually, I mean, there's been multiple times where people have laughed, thought it was funny, and I don't think anything I do is funny, so I just don't understand why they're laughing, and that confusion is what really, I mean, just situations like that, where people laugh is the most, I guess, frustrating of them all. General curiosity, though, that's the majority of it is general curiosity, and that I'm fine with. School, I've always maintained good grades, but Tourette syndrome has definitely made a testing environment more anxious for me. I don't like being in a quiet classroom and everyone's so close together and you're taking a test, and I would always try to suppress the symptoms because I didn't want to bother anyone else, and that would just take my focus and concentration away from the test. So I'm for the last couple of years I've been registered at the Disability Center at Florida State, and I can take my tests in my own private room at the Disability Center, and it's really helped me not stress about the testing environment. When I sleep, the symptoms are non-existent because you're asleep. But going to sleep by myself, I've never had any problem with that. If I'm sleeping in the same room as somebody else, that's probably the most unideal situation for me, is having to sleep in the same room as someone else, because it's quiet, you're trying to go to sleep, and that's when anxiety and stress increase the symptoms. So that's a very anxiety inducing situation, and that's when it's worse.
Put that hat on.
No.
Yeah, do like this. There you go. Alright. Better.
The one thing I'd like people to know about Tourette syndrome is that acceptance and education is the best cure for Tourette's. Not a literal cure, but more of a figurative cure. The individual can first accept that they have Tourette's and they can't control it, then I think the next logical thing is to educate, and once people are more aware and educated about it, it'll be less of a problem for the people that have it. My initial reaction when I was first diagnosed with Tourette syndrome was kind of relief. Someone knows what's wrong with me. But after it kind of sunk in, I was a little embarrassed because it's Tourette syndrome. Probably the most common misconception of Tourette syndrome is cursing. That's all the media likes to portray, is people just yelling out curse words, and that's such a small percentage of the people that have Tourette syndrome. It's less than 10% of the cases, probably even more, around 4 or 5%. I don't know the exact numbers, but most people that have Tourette syndrome are like me, little tics that are present throughout the day that they're very mild symptoms. Well, my Tourette syndrome is like the sole motivator of my career choice. I want to go into neuroscience to research Tourette syndrome and related disorders, or similar disorders, not necessarily related, but similar disorders such as Parkinson's disease and Huntington's disease and any other kind of movement disorder. I really want to learn and become an expert in that field and really try to make a difference and work towards a cure. Well, right now I'm doing research with the neuroscience department at Florida State, and I'm getting ready to start an honors thesis I'm researching stress in rodents, and it's been a really valuable experience. It's my first time working with doing animal research, and this whole honors thesis process, being an individual researcher, is what graduate school is all about, and showing that I can do this and doing it well is going to help me get into graduate school, and hopefully this project can that can be published. The data can come out to be significant, and I can get it published, and I'm going to be able to present it, at research symposiums, and it's going to be a good thing. It's a good opportunity and a good platform to launch a research career, and I'm really excited about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we gonna film more?
No, I think we're good. I think we're pretty much done
Wait. With everything?
with everything.
Are you recording? Why are you recording?
Yeah. Because that was just captured the closing statement.